Alright, Shalom Akim. All praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, Ba'asham Raka Kodash. Yahweh is the true name for the Almighty, and Yahweh Shai is the true name for the Son of the Almighty, our Lord and Savior, who is going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel from the coming destruction that is coming upon all the world. Alright, that our temptation, which is about to actually come upon the world, alright, as is spoken of in Revelation, the 3rd chapter and the 10th verse. Double honors to our apostles of James Graham the Stone. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing this truth. Alright, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites. Alright, we're the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. Now, just a brief touch on what a surveillance state is, because a lot of these, a lot of countries, going for the smart cities and all of that, Jamaica along with many other countries, pushing these smart cities and this surveillance drone, surveillance drones to actually surveil communities, highways, airports. So what is that about? A lot of people welcoming it, them to use it to catch criminal. But these are some of the the way they call it now, the trap methods, the trap words, man. The convenience, the usage of convenience, the usage of security, the usage of criminal and theft. All of these things are used because these are the things that plague society and plague people. And once people want a solution. So the so-called white man always be the one to present a solution because he's the one who created the chaos. Now, a surveillance drone already prompted me to do this video. It says drone superhighways. Drone superhighways and airports are coming. Within just 2 years, the United Kingdom could be home to the planet's biggest drone highway, thanks to the plans of a group of technology company. Alright, let me get another article because I was on. Right. So another one says, this is St. Elizabeth in Jamaica. A parish in Jamaica. Surveillance drones for St. Elizabeth Extension Services. What has taken place is that a lot of people have fallen comfortable having drones above them head, right? Having drones playing with. All right. Now, what is a surveillance state, right? I'm gonna read something on this, and then we get a few precepts, and then we head out. To keep things simple and understandable, it is best to define a surveillance state as a country whose government invests vast amount of resources in deploying surveillance technology to monitor not only its visitors but also its own citizens. So that's what a surveillance state is all about. It's to monitor its citizens. Of course, depending on where you get your news, you may hear a different definition of the phrase surveillance state. In the end, though all mean the same thing, if a government is spying on you and your fellow citizens on a massive scale, you are living in a surveillance state. The interesting bit about the surveillance state is that most people don't consider it a problem as long as it presents a tangible benefit. But what's going to happen is that when they realize what a surveillance state is all about in the end, then they're going to want to have a problem with it, because it's going to be used for tracking purposes and spying. There will be such thing as privacy. You watch that movie, I think the movie is 1948. I think it's Nazi Germany, when they show you that all the citizens was being spied on. There was no such thing as privacy, man. Indeed, the mere act of a state paying attention to our citizens by surveilling them and their activities, it is enough is enough to let them know that the state wants to do something for them. Then others believe that surveillance might catch them doing something incriminating. It would be much harder to understand the idea of a surveillance state without a concrete example. And according to news reports, the best incarnation of a surveillance state in modern world is the one in China, specifically Xinjiang. In China, surveillance state. I'm gonna read. So just read to China, and then we can get the precepts. Xinjiang is a province in China that inhabited by the Uyghurs, a Turkish ethnic group who predominantly identifies as Muslim. The province is largely undeveloped and has fallen behind the rest of China in terms of its infrastructure and modernity. Over the last several years, the Chinese Communist Party has reportedly detained over 1 million Uyghurs, if I'm pronouncing it right, in an effort to force district adherence to the nation's ideology and culture. So you see, the surveillance state that is in China, you have a crop of people that are classified as what? Muslim, a Muslim group, Zin, who don't agree with the surveillance state and being, incorporated in the culture of the technology that China have. You know what happened now? They show you that those people were being restricted, Zin, and forced, Zin, to actually submit to that kind of culture. China's treatment of Uyghurs has been referred to as cultural genocide, prompting sanctions and universal condemnation from human rights organizations. And that's so it's gonna be with us, because we won't be partaking and refuse to partake in the surveillance state and in the agenda of a new world order. We're gonna be classified as a terrorist people. We're gonna be classified as terrorists, and they're gonna move in on the people of the Most High, which are the Hebrew Israelites, the men who speak the truth, then to actually arrest, to actually kill, and to force or to punish those people, man. One of the primary ways the Chinese government is able to control the population in Xinjiang is with a mass surveillance system. China's authority issue ID cards to Uyghurs living in Xinjiang that are directly linked to a database containing the details of each one of them. And what exactly should come to your mind? Needs, right? And in whatsoever country you are, whatever ID system that they are developing, that is the same thing that they're talking about. These IDs are to consolidate the information about every single individual. That means you're gonna have one unique ID with a unique number, and all your information, your passport, driver's license, birth certificate, NI, everything that you have pertaining to your identity, your documentations, gonna be linked, are gonna be on that one card. And that's what the needs is all about, the needs framework, which will ultimately lead to the mark of the beast. So this surveillance state, which is all about tracking, monitoring people, right? Now let's get some precept, right? Let me get this one first. 2 Ezra 16 verse 70. All right. Right. Alright, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So the men are the people that fear the Most High. People, the government, the state, gonna come up against them because they fear the Most High. Fearing the Most High by not adhering to the system that the wicked Esau, the so-called white man, is about to implement. Is pushing, which is the New World Order agenda, or the New World Order plan. Saying, so there shall be in every place, alright, and they're gonna be able to track You know, your very movement, surveillance cameras, street cameras, drones. They show you that in the movie Circle when they're actually tracking him run from out and mouse, and there was all drones all over him driving on the highway, drones following him and all of that. They show you that in the movie Circle and so many other movies. They want to be able to track you. And when you watch that movie War of Rumors of Wars, when they show you that people who refuse to take the chip were actually being traced down and tracked via satellite, your phone, if you have your phone. So even what happened in that movie Rumors of War, the girl that had a phone and they were tracking her because she refused to take the chip, she had to crush her phone and throw away her phone because they were also tracking her through the phone. Alright? And if you go on the streets, camera phones, street cameras will be picking you up. That's what a surveillance state is all about. You won't be able to hide, man. Alright? And that's gonna happen. Alright? And in the next city, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High, man. See? Let me say, let me get the next precept. Let me get the next verse. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Their intention is to kill us, man. They're going to look at us as the enemy because we choose not to follow their agenda, which is wicked. Because to take the chip is idolatry, man. Is going against the Most High. Alright, if you take the chip, you're going to be destroyed. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. A lot of us going to be homeless because this whole city, this whole world going to be against us, man. Is in to destroy us. They're going to look at us as the enemy that is preventing them progress. Is in, which is nothing but a deceit. Alright, so let's get the next precept and then we end it. Revelation 3 verse 13, the Heavenly Father said this to us. He promised us this. Alright, and that's why we need not to fret, because he said this to us, man. He says, Revelation 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, meaning you kept the faith. Alright, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which the word keep go back to be a guard or to protect, our protection. So once we keep the faith, we're going to be guarded and protected by the Heavenly Father, which shall come up, he said, from what? The hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell therein. See? Behold, I come quickly, hold fast that which thou hast, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So what Paul said in Romans, what or who shall separate me from the love of Yahushua? And he said nothing, basically. Alright, so let no man take your crown. Even when the world is against us, the elect will be secure and no man will take our crown, because ultimately we're going to be the kings and priests that will reign the earth, that will reign upon the earth and govern kingdoms, govern this entire world. Alright, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright, so our kingdom is going to be established regardless of what they do, you know. But that's what a surveillance state is all about, just to bring that out, and what gonna actually take place within a surveillance state. A lot of these countries will be left behind. They won't actually reach to that level to be fully surveilled by, you know, drones and cameras and all of that. You know what I mean? But wheresoever this is, you know, it's gonna be a thing like that, man. Watch the movie Rumors of Wars. You know, it give a perfect depiction of what a surveillance state operate. Alright, so that's what your government is pushing towards, and you know, you people feel like it is for your best interest. It is only to surveil you. Alright, to track and monitor you. Alright, Shalom. Hope this lesson was edifying to the hope for the elect.